Hi, if you are watching this replay, thank you for checking it out. I am Andi, a homeschooling mom to 5, and I love to organize our home and help others figure out how to organize theirs. Today I'm talking about practical kitchen organizing. So just a couple tips for you to use in your own kitchen, regardless of what the setup is, regardless of how big or small your kitchen is. Hopefully these things will help you get yourself a little bit more relaxed in your kitchen and cooking. So last week I talked about organizing your kitchen utensils and going through, and I challenged you guys to get rid of 5 things. And some of you sent me pictures and you sent me comments about it. And I'm so glad that I was helpful for you to go through and get some stuff out of your kitchen that you're not using. So today I'm just going to tell you 2 quick things to help you in any area of your kitchen. So the first thing is actually sorting through your kitchen by items. So last week we talked about kitchen utensils. If that's something that you're wanting to pare down, only look at that. Instead of looking at your entire kitchen all at once, looking at one thing at a time will help you to be able to break things down easier, and you're not going to get as overwhelmed if you're only looking at one thing at a time. Oh, thank you. So if you're only looking at kitchen utensils, it'll be easier to sort through spatulas and spoons. If you're only looking at pots and pans, you can really think through, do I use this saucepan? Is it something that I typically use? So ask yourself 3 questions. What do I use? How often do I use it? And is there something else I can use in its place? If it's something you're not using frequently, you might have a different kitchen tool that you're using a lot that could also do that job as well. So then you can remove an extra item from cookbooks. Cookbooks are one thing. You know, a lot of times you buy a cookbook because you see a recipe in there, but there's probably only 1 or 2 recipes in that whole cookbook. I went through and got rid of all of our cookbooks years ago, and I ripped out pages, or I copied the pages of the couple recipes that I wanted to keep. So I print off a lot of recipes, and I just have a big binder to keep all of my recipes in. So instead of having a whole shelf of cookbooks, I just have one binder now. So maybe you can get rid of little things at a time. So look through your kitchen utensils, look through your pots and pans, look through your cookbooks. Break your whole kitchen down into sections and only look at those. Yeah, I don't use Evernote. I've tried to use Evernote before. It's just an app that doesn't work for me. We use Google Keep for our list, and we use Google Drive for a lot of our recipes. So then if I'm not at home and I'm cooking somewhere else, I have access to that recipe, or I can share it with a friend if they want the recipe. So if you can do the electronic, that's a great way to go, because then you have it anywhere on any device. So break your whole kitchen down into sections and only work with one section at a time. The other thing that I suggest is to put things where you use them, because oh, they have an app, a food app now. That's great. So if you've got, this is a bit extreme, but if you're keeping your spatulas in your garage, or you're keeping your pots and pans in your bathroom, you're not going to use them because they're so far away. I would never want to cook if I had to go outside to get my spatula. But if you think about that on a more practical aspect, if I'm having to cross the kitchen to get my spatula, it's slowing the process down of cooking. So we have a crock right next to our stovetop, and the only thing that is in there are the spatulas and spoons we use on the stovetop. And we don't have spatulas and spoons anywhere else that we use on the stovetop. So they're not kept in a drawer somewhere else. So if you can find a way to move things to the area of the kitchen that you're using them, you'll save yourself time. You'll be able to find things easily, and they're right at your fingertips while you're cooking. Because there's nothing more troublesome than when you're trying to flip food and you have to go across the room to get that spatula because you left it over there. So if it's in the drawer right next to your stove, or if it's on the countertop right there waiting for you, it's one less thing you have to think about, and you can focus on your cooking, and you can focus on the food that you're making for your family. So 2 things: sort through your kitchen in a way, one item at a time. pull everything out, pull all of those pots and pans that might be in all different cupboards and cabinets, pull them all out and look through them one at a time. When was the last time I used this pot or pan? How often do I use it? Is it something that I need to hold on to? And because these practical tips are going to help you in any kitchen you have, it's really easy to say, well, this works in my kitchen, so maybe try it in yours. But putting your pots and pans in I've got 3 different cabinets that our pots and pans are in, because the kitchen that we just moved into, it's not the same as the one I used to have. And every kitchen is going to be different, and every cook is different. So just start thinking through things that will help you in your kitchen instead of trying to take someone else's idea and implement it into your own home. It will just work a lot better for you if you can figure out that great way to make your items fit in your kitchen. So sort through things, like things, and take the stress off of yourself from trying to do the whole kitchen at once. Just look at one item at a time and one category at a time and go through those. And then put things where you use them. And it may take you, oh, I'm so glad that you're feeling inspired. It may take you a while to get all of the cooking utensils in the drawer right next to the stove, because there might be something else in there and you have to wait a little while to go through those things. And that's okay. It's all right if it takes you a while, but have those goals in place and put those things into practice and start building those habits of having things where you're using them in your home. So next time I'm going to talk a little bit about how I keep our home clean and how I do that while homeschooling. So thank you for joining me. I am Andi, and you can find me on Instagram at appleandi, and I will see you all later. Oh, good. I'm so glad that I'm encouraging you guys. And when you guys give me that feedback, it's really helpful. Yeah, when you move, sometimes things just get shoved in wherever they can fit at the time. But really just taking some time to make your kitchen enjoyable for yourself. It will bring joy when you're in there cooking or baking. So yeah, if you guys have any pictures you want to send me, I would love to see them. You can email them either through my blog, or you can just DM them to me on Instagram. So yes, hopefully next Friday I will be back on to give you just some basic tips of how we do cleaning. Nothing extravagant over here, but I'll be back to share that with you guys. So have a wonderful day. Thank you.